face to chin, maybe.
What if I told you that it was Josh Green?
What if I told you?
Oh my gosh. Theo Pinson, I love you.
More than a hype man.
He's more than a hype man, but tonight he was a trash talker, hype man, everything.
He's more.
His facial expression and just reaction and everything when KD missed the second free throw was just immaculate. It was incredible. You know, KD was so pissed, thinking that I can't even look over there. I can't even give Theo the acknowledgement of it. So
look at that dude over
of
there.
all the names to talk about tonight, we're starting off with Theo Pinson. Shout out to Theo Pinson.
Friend of the pod, Theo
Friend
Pinson.
of the pod.
Oh my gosh, an incredible game. Mavs win 96-94, and thanks to Kevin Durant's missed free throw late, they don't force overtime, which was he had made 61 free throws in a row. Leading up to that, he had a chance to tie the game to go to overtime, and he misses the second free throw, misses the third one intentionally, and it was just another one of those games where the Dallas Mavericks they don't want to hold on to these leads late. They don't want to. I was like, okay, 10-point lead. What was it? 10-point lead. 2 minutes. No, 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Like, how many every single game the Mavericks have played, I'm going to keep saying this. This is going to be our new thing. Every single game the Mavericks have played this year, they have had a lead in the fourth quarter, and most of them double-digit leads. This is another one of those games. How did the Mavericks end up almost going to overtime in this game?
Another clutch game, obviously. This is what, 8 out of the 9
8 out of 9, yep.
Played?
It's got to be the most in the league, unless Orlando played one tonight.
Which is just wild to think about. You know, there were so many things towards the end there that, you know, Kid opted to do the, hey, we're up 3, we're going to foul and make you shoot free throws. Kind of worked the first time. KD hit both free throws. Then, you know, Mavs came back down, and then this is when the Dorian play happened. It was very clear that they were trying to foul again. They didn't want Durant to have the chance at the three-point shot to tie the game. And it was like Maxey was waiting for him to get across half court, and right before he could foul him, they called timeout. And then, you know, it's just stuck into this whole thing of they passed into KD. Dorian's just thinking, hey, we got to foul him before he gets a shot up. And Dorian just, you know, made a dumb timing decision of it, but just reaching in. And I saw some people giving Dorian some heck about it of, oh my gosh, what dumb type of reach in is that? And it's like, well, actually he was trying to foul him. He just didn't know he was going to go up with the shot. So
are you talking about that last second one?
Yeah.
Well, they called the foul on Bullock.
Really?
They called I'm looking right here at the stat sheet. They called the foul on Bullock. That's what I had written down too. Bullock was the one that came in there. And I mean, they both thought the same thing, right? It doesn't change the intention behind it, but they thought, let's foul him before he can get a shot up. But it's Kevin Durant being Kevin Durant. He was already in the sweeping, like, go up for a shot motion. And so then that's when he goes to the line. But, man, 2 minutes and 46 seconds. The Mavs are up 92-82.
Well, the answer to your question was that it was bad decision-making for Mavs. Why was this game? It was some bad decisions on Luka late with some offensive possessions, some of these foul stuff. But anyway, that was it.
Even defensively. So, like, it's 2 minutes and 46 to go. They're up 92-82. And Luka gets his 5th foul. The refs in this game were frustrating the mess out of the entire Mavericks team and the entire Nets team. It was bad all over, just inconsistent. Hey, NBA, if you want to do 15 games in one day, maybe let's get 15 good ref crews, huh? Maybe let's start with that first before we decide to do 15 games in one day. I understand the premise. We can't.
Hey,
do we have 15 good ref crews in the NBA? I don't know if we have 5.
Do we have 15 good refs? Hit the conspiracy music for a second. My friend Sam Wan tweeted at me and said, hey, are we sure paraphrasing here, the refs didn't get together and was like, hey, we got Tony's back tonight. Spencer's not getting to the free throw line.
Did he not? Did he not get a single free throw?
No, he got 0. And my guy got clobbered at times. And, I mean, he went to the rim. I'm like.
Even called for offensive fouls. He had 4 turnovers. A couple of them were offensive fouls, I thought.
So, tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not. I'm in. I'm in on the conspiracy music for sure. So yeah, the Mavericks make terrible decisions late in game. Dorian had 2 awful turnovers. One where he was like late in the shot clock. Luka was isoing. He didn't have anything, and then he kicks over to Dorian. He drives. The ball goes out of bounds because he just has no shot to get any kind of shot off against Durant. So he turns it over there. Another one where he just throws an awful cross-court pass to Dwight that gets picked off by Cam Thomas. And like Brooklyn takes a timeout right after that, and you can just see Luka pleading with Dorian, just pleading with him, slow down. Everybody, let's slow down, calm down. In the huddle even, you can see him with his hands just going like, calm down. Everybody slow down. Let's do it. Because, and Dorian admitted it after the game. He told us, you know, I tried to give the game away in so many different ways tonight. Like, I got to stop trying to give the game away. He knew that those turnovers were on him for sure. And then, like you said, it became the foul game where they went back and forth. And credit to Luka and Dorian. Luka made 2 free throws late. Dorian made 2 free throws late. What does it say about Dorian? He mentioned this as well, that Luka trusted him to come get the ball a couple times late in this game.
Well, I mean, yeah. Luka trusts him to take any of the big shots. I mean, it goes back to last year. I mean, he had a couple game winners last year. The corner shots, the corner threes in these clutch moments. And, I mean, it's free. Yeah, when he went to the free throw line, I'm like, hey, it's your time. You got to knock these down to get Kevin Durant on the other side. And he did. And I think it just shows the growth of him as a player that, you know, I mean, he had his best game of the season so far. He had, 15, 16 points in this game, 18 points. It's season high so far. But, yeah, after you make it, it's a sign of a mature player whenever you make some crucial mistakes and you can still have some clutch free throws there at the end. That's what Dorian did.
I just love seeing the maturity out of Dorian, seeing the late game plays that he's just a stalwart, has to close, has to start, has to close. Incredible to see him. Made a couple of threes, hit all 6 of his free throws. He had 4 turnovers. 2 of them were late and were bad, and he admitted to it, but crucial plays down the stretch as well. Coming up, you know who else made some crucial plays? Josh Green and the hype train. The Aussie, oi, 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 hype train keeps going. How did Josh Green put his imprint on this game? We'll talk about that coming up. But before we do, oh man, late in this game, I didn't think I was going to have to sweat it out as bad as I was sweating it out. But with 2 minutes and 46 seconds, Mavs had a 10-point lead. And then all of a sudden, it was a 1-point game. And you're like, I need something for my underarms, for like, I'm sitting in a pool of sweat. I just felt like I needed something. I could have used Sweat Block. I have some still in my bathroom. You can go check it out. Sweat Block wipes are your secret to confidence. Sweat Block wipes work for up to 7 days per use. All you have to do is while you're dry, you use the deodorant or the wipes, and you wipe them under your underarms while you're dry, and then you get up to 7 days use of not having to deal with embarrassing sweat stains or pit stains or anything like that. If you or someone you love is experiencing embarrassing sweat or odor, try Sweat Block. Save 20% with the promo code LOCKEDON, 2 words, locked on, at sweatblock.com. They're also available on Amazon, but you don't get that promo code if you use it. Again, sweatblock.com, promo code locked on.
In any sports dynasty, it's known that every player counts. To build a championship team with a deep bench, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you can do it all with Indeed. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. Indeed helps star applicants shine before the interview with over 135 graded assessment tests they can take, from cooking to coding. Join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows that when you're growing your own business, you have to make every dollar count. And that's why with Indeed, you only pay for the quality applications that match your must-have job requirements. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/locked. That's LOCKED to start hiring right now. Just go to Indeed.com/locked. Indeed.com/locked. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, Isaac Harris. Ooh, the Dallas Mavericks get a win. They pull out another clutch win. By the way, 8 clutch games this season. The Mavs are 5-3 in those games. Orlando has played 9. They're 1-8 in those games. Is that every single game Orlando's played this year? Now they have one game that's not clutch. So the Mavericks and Orlando are about tied there. The Mavericks get the win. And we talk about Luka a lot. We will talk about Luka. But Josh Green, this was his game, I felt like. This was his, like, he put an imprint on this game. He ended up closing the game. I'm pretty sure it's the first real game he's actually closed for the Mavericks. 16 points, close to his career high of 18. 5 rebounds. He got the offense. He got the one Josh Green offensive rebound. 2 assists. And then he hit all 5 of his shots. Two of them threes, and all 4 of his free throws. What did you see from Josh Green tonight?
Oh, I mean, one of the best games he's played. You know, kid rode the hot hand, wrote that down. I was like, all right, we just had that conversation yesterday. Like, hey, do you have this certain lineup to close games? It's very clear that Jason Kidd is.
He was like, no, Isaac, I will not keep the same closing lineup. I will change it constantly.
I'm sorry you thought we should have a closing lineup, Isaac.
I have to apologize that you felt
we should have had the same closing lineup every game.
But no, I mean, what a game from Josh Green. You know, I tweeted Bob Vulgaris during the game about it's like, you know, Josh Green is obviously his guy, and seeing him have this type of season so far is huge. I'm not in the camp, though, of saying, like, let's enjoy Josh Green what he's playing now. These 25, 26 minutes. I'm not ready to hand Josh Green a starting spot and give him 40 minutes a night. Like, he's playing really good in the role that he's playing it right now. And yeah, he got a lot more minutes, especially in the fourth quarter. But he just, I mean, I feel like it's a broken record at this point. He brings the energy, and like you can just
bring the action.
Just flying everywhere for the rebound. I mean, he had a offensive rebound tonight that I thought his like mouth was at the rim. I'm like, what is happening? Like, this is insane.
You know what he said something in his post game that I thought was really interesting. He said, you know, I'm always gonna crash on offense. I'm always gonna crash, and you're like, you can tell because he always goes after offensive rebounds. He's always gonna crash the boards, go after offensive rebounds. He said it was because of growing up playing Aussie rules football and like his nose for the ball and going after the ball and like that sort of whole like, all right, I gotta find a path to the ball through a bunch of players because that's how, you know, Aussie rules football works. He's like, I gotta go get the ball. And I thought that was really interesting because we hear a lot about, well, this guy played soccer and his footwork is so great. Well, what about getting rebounds because of playing Aussie rules football and going after the ball like that? I just thought it was really interesting. And Josh Green, he does it every single game.
I mean, if you would have told me, what if I told you?
What if I told you?
What if I told you that Josh Green was going to play in the same game as Ben Simmons and Patty Mills and be the best Australian on the
Ooh!
Hot man, the hot player. Hot player.
He was the hot man.
I would have not. That's not a prediction I would have made like before the season or anything. But
how much is Simmons?
No,
Simmons played 16 minutes. Now he's coming back from knee soreness, so Ben Simmons didn't start. By the way, that the entire arena, anytime Ben Simmons did something negative, cheered like really loud.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to hear how against Ben Simmons they were, even like when he checked in off the bench for the first time.
I mean, he had 2 right-handed like little jump hooks, and it just, I mean, they're short. It just looks tough.
I texted you before the game, the most obvious thing that I could text you, and that Ben Simmons.
Tell everybody what I wrote back.
I said Ben Simmons' jumper is broken. I was just sitting there watching warm up. It's one of the things you and I love to do is go like an hour or 2 early, watch guys just warm up, to see him up close, sit courtside. And I said Josh Green's, or I said stop. I said Ben Simmons' jumper is broken, and you said, well, yeah, LOL. Water is wet. And it's true, but like he moves his hand at the last second. Like he brings the ball up and then turns the ball with both of his, and you're like right at the top of his release point. You're like, the whole point of bringing the ball up to shoot in that way is to get some momentum. I don't know. I don't understand.
Somebody's going to trade for him, and then that fan base or their lockdown hosts are going to have to convince themselves that, like, hey, we're going to unlock and bring out the best version of Ben Simmons.
Twitter thought it was going to be us
make sure you clip that and keep that for us coming up in a few weeks.
But Josh,
but going back to Josh Green, incredible game for him. So happy that he got the chance to finish the game. I was joking at the beginning. That was a moment. You know, it was a flop by him. Kevin Durant, you know, just having words. I'm like, all right, did Josh Green flop, or did you see it?